Gamesthetic, episode 71. Hopefully you're having an amazing day, whatever day you are listening or perhaps watching this podcast at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Sparking Theory. Give us a like and subscribe to the channel. We'd greatly appreciate that. Joining with me, as always, I have Zach here in the studio. Zach, how you doing? How you feeling this wonderful Saturday?
I'm doing good. Can't complain.
Not yet.
We're going good.
So far.
Yeah.
Until we lose power mid-cast.
Well, that'll be an issue, but you'll get like half an episode.
Yeah. The show for today was actually in jeopardy because of that, because I lost power. It was out for a few hours, and I was projected to come back on pretty late in the day. So the show was kind of in question. So if we lose power mid-cast, it would not shock me because this neighborhood is cursed when it comes to power. We also have John here, but over Discord today. John, how you doing? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, when you messaged me about the power coming out, I was like, well, we'll see. And then I was not leaving my house.
I know. That's why when it came back on, I hit him up and was like, you just want to do Discord, right? Yeah. I'm sure when you read that message where you're just like, where I just said power's out, I'm sure just like, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, you did live here for like 3 years or so you know my struggles.
Yeah, I was kind of like, well, sucks for you. I got power.
This person on the corner over here, like they made such a great investment however many years ago they had it where they bought a big ass generator, and it's because they fucking knew. They knew because they've had it since I've lived here. So they knew, man. You know, they're just like, yeah, we need to go ahead and buy this because this neighborhood loses power so much. It's unbelievable.
I mean,
it's just this street too. You're usually good for the most part. It's, you know, because Zach lives like right up the road from me. But like my single street just loses power fucking consistently, and it's annoying. I hate it.
Why you have all this shitty road construction over the last month?
Oh, I know, it sucks. And that's also why I can never feel comfortable utilizing the quick startup of a PS5 because I lose power too much. I can't put it in rest because if I lose power, it's going to yell at me and it's going to tell me my hard drive's corrupted and you need to repair it. And like every time like I'm out and about, like, and I forgot to actually shut it down properly and it's just in rest and I get a message where it's just like, oh, your power's out. I'm like, fuck, my PS5's going to yell at me later. God damn it. I hate it. I hate it. If you could, go follow us on Twitter at GameStaticPod. We'd appreciate that. As well as go check out the other shows like AniMan Plus, a terrible football show, and talk about movies and stuff, which will definitely have a new episode coming out sometime soon. And lastly, if you want to support us for the Patreon, is a great way to do so. But don't feel obligated, just be a friend and tell a friend. Boys, anything that we really want to chat about before we jump into everything? I've got one new game I've been playing recently. It's not, new, but it's new to me.
You know, in all my retro shopping, one of the things I found...
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
One of the things that I thought was funny, I finally saw a Series X out in the wild.
Whoa, you saw a Series X in the wild?
Yeah, it was a used Series X that had been sold to the shop I was at.
Ooh.
It's unfortunate. Wow. It's unfortunate because they go based off of current sale pricing based on market and whatnot. So for a used one, it was still like $750.
Jeez.
Yeah.
This is just at a game exchange.
Yeah.
$750 at a gaming. Ah, man. I'm more surprised that you actually saw one in the wild. The only thing I've seen out of all the new consoles is is Xbox Series S in the wild. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing I've seen.
I still haven't seen any of them.
It's still completely foreign to you.
only one I've ever seen is your PS5.
Well, he's got a Series X in there too now, don't you?
Yep, I've been playing that a lot this week. Pretty much just playing Skyrim for the most part.
Yeah, I've noticed that you rush out.
You buy a new console to play a fucking
Skyrim.
Remake from 12.
Listen here. Okay, listen.
You're right. It was 11.
I was talking to Josh about this right after I bought it, and I told him just how much I fucking hate myself for buying the console because I openly admitted to him, I was like, I'm so mad at myself for buying this because I'm literally buying this $500 brand new Xbox to play nothing but older games, and I'm really mad at myself about that.
And see,
because like the only games that I had the itch to play was Skyrim on, whether it was PC or Xbox, I didn't care because they're more open and friendly to mods, unlike Sony. Sony is very hard strict on the mods they'll allow on Bethesda.net for you to download. Conquer Live and Reloaded because it's through backwards compatibility, and then Sonic Unleashed because it can run at a steady 60 frames per second. So like I'm so mad at myself that I bought this console just to play old games, but that's the life that I live.
I mean, whenever you actually bought it, you texted me saying, I shouldn't have bought this.
It's true.
He's like, it tried to stop me 3 times, but I kept going.
Yep.
Something's going to happen.
Yeah, no, it did. It did. So first, Best Buy declined. My card got declined because then I got a message from Capital One where it's just like, was this you? Was this fraud or not? I'm like, no, it's me. You know, let's run it through. And then it took me 3 different times to send the yes message to Capital One saying, yes, this is me. 3 different times, and my phone has worked perfectly service-wise for like weeks, and all of a sudden it's just like, oh, message can't be delivered. Message can't be. I'm like, this is a fucking sign, but I'm keep going. I'm gonna keep going. I just wanted to get it out of the way because I mean I will have uses for this console later on.
Eventually.
Yeah, as more stuff kind of comes out that I may not want to play on PC, and I may just want to like sit back in a recliner. You know, I mean, I'm just
you can re-download Halo Infinite and play on it.
I do have Halo Infinite downloaded because I wanted to see how it'd run on the Xbox Series. So I do have that downloaded. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which just came out for the Game Pass, but fucking headache to download on PC. Fucking nightmare. I think it may have killed John's interest in the game.
Again,
I still haven't finished downloading it.
That's fucking annoying.
It was annoying.
Yeah, very, very annoying. So with my Skyrim adventures, there is one mod that I've had my eyes on for years, but I've never gotten around to playing because there's always so much in Skyrim that I never finish all of the fucking content because it's just like, all right, I'm bored now, going to another game. The mod is the Forgotten City, an award-winning mod, mind you. It's one of the most notable mods for Skyrim. So I've been playing through that yesterday. I just randomly decided, hey, let's jump into it. Let's see how it is. Ton of fun, or it's like a time traveling mystery.
And just to note for everyone, this is the actual game version, not actually modded onto Skyrim. The mod actually made its standalone game that he's playing.
Well, what I'm referring to now is the mod.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was playing through the mod. I did find a way to complete the mod, the actual DLC, because there's like 3 or 4 different ways that you can beat it. So I found one way to beat it, but whenever I did, like the guy that you originally, when you come in, you find the guy that you're going in to try to rescue, he committed suicide. He's hanging from a tree.
Gotcha.
So once I beat it, he comes out, whatever, and he's just like, oh, yeah, there's, apparently everyone made it out once upon a time, but too bad the city couldn't be saved. So I'm just like, okay, well, there's still a lot of content that I did not check out because I know there's like an entire underground area that I haven't even got to check out yet. So I just reload the save, and I'm just still trying to figure out more of the mystery stuff. And I was looking up one thing online, and my genius level IQ that I very clearly have did not put 2 and 2 together last year when the Forgotten City came out, the game, that these two were made by the same fucking creators. Because I have just such a high level IQ that, clearly. So when I found that out, I'm just like, oh, that's cool. I'll pick that up and play it next. And I saw it was on Game Pass. I'm like, fuck, I'll play it right now. Why not? Let's jump into it. No, it is a ton of fun. I played about an hour last night, and I've played literally about 15 hours today. That's all I've done today is sit down and I play it nonstop. So like the game starts off where you get like washed up on shore. Someone finds you. She's not really wanting to give away her name, but when you kind of like pester her into giving it, her name is Karen, which is just her lying what her true name is, which you find out her true name later. And she's just like, oh yeah, my friend went in there. It's been like a few hours or whatever it is. I'm really worried about him. So you go in to try to find him, which a lot of the story mirrors the actual mod as well.
Okay.
It's the same concept. When you start the Forgotten City mod, you get a letter from someone. It's like, oh, I've heard of all your great exploits across Skyrim. I really need your help. And it's like her brother went in there, and he's been in there for so long, and she's worried about him. So it's the same concept. So you go in there, you find like the little temple, which has the trap door, which is a super long tunnel that drops you down to the underground city, which is the Forgotten City. As you're kind of traveling through it and stuff, you see like all like the bodies of people all turned to like gold statues, which for the original mod, you find just a bunch of burnt corpses everywhere. So as you're kind of going through, you actually find the guy that you're going to look for. He's turned to gold and he's hanging from a tree. He killed himself just like in the original.
Okay.
And he leaves a note on a stone tablet saying he's just like, I tried, I really did. I tried to find every way out. There's just no way out. The only thing is either just death or that damn portal. And he's just like, I'm sorry. It's like, but I did everything I could to try to fix this and nothing worked. So then it's like the portal. It's like, all right, let's go over to the portal. I guess the random portal that just spawned over there. Let's go walk through that. That seems completely normal. So when you go through the portal, then you get sent 2,000 years back in the past to when the city was still alive and functioning and there's people.
Before Goldmember hit it up.
Well, before this current gold member hit it up, because there's still gold statues all over the city. Because the main thing that, like, the tragedy that happens, it's happened before. So, you get there, and basically your role is to just unravel the mystery of what happened to this city, which, goes to meeting everyone, learning different things, collecting different items. And when you collect different items, you need to sometimes purposely fuck up to activate the tragedy and then go back in time again. Because, once you go back in time, whatever you took, whatever you collected, it comes back with you. So, like, the tragedy is, like, you have all, like, these golden statues and stuff, and everyone lives by the golden law, where it's like you can't steal, you can't kill, you can't do any sort of crime. If, the common motto is the sins of one will cause suffering for all. So everyone is, afraid of this golden law, and no one knows if it's actually real or not, even though there's all these gold statues everywhere. They're just like, these are a bunch of gold statues all over the place, where it's just like an unbelievable, ridiculous amount of gold. But yeah, surely this isn't real. But they still live by the law anyway, just in case it is real, because they don't fucking know.
I just love that law because it's literally everything a RPG player's first thing he's going to do. He's going to break into a house, take all your shit,
yep,
and then possibly kill you and leave.
Yep. And I don't know, it's super fascinating, man. I really enjoyed how much I've played of the mod so far. I'm still, like I said, working on beating it. But that actual standalone game, which also I want to give mad shout out to the company. I think they're called Modern Storyteller, and then it's also like Dear Villagers. I think is like the two that work on it. The whole game of the Forgotten Cities was made by a team of 3. So big shout out to that. That's pretty cool. But it's just a super fascinating game, man, because it's like as you're going around, it's also like really creepy because like as you like pass by certain statues, they're like whispering to you. Like, or it's just like, help me, or I can guide you, or whatever. And like the statues can kind of point you in the right direction if needed about what to do. So like there's one instance, for example, which once you do this, it's going to very obviously initiate the tragedy where you're trying to talk to a guy because he's got a bottle of medicine, but he's just like, oh, I'll sell it to you for like 5,000 gold. It's just like, well, obviously I don't fucking have that. Someone's dying. They need this medicine. I need to talk to that person that's dying to try to figure out another mystery. So like you're looking at the statue and you can hear the whispers of the gold that's like, take it and run. Take it and run. So you take it, tragedy starts, the gold statues come to life, start shooting everyone with golden arrows, and you're just running back to the portal to basically reset it, come back to to the point before then, and everything's normal. So it's super fascinating that way because like so far I think I've gone through the portal like 10 times. Because like out of all those 10, there's only like 2 of the times where I've accidentally fucked myself in a corner where it's just like, I've got this one particular person I really need to talk to pissed off at me and they will not talk to me now. So I was like, I'll go steal your money real quick, pocket that for me, then I'll go back in time. No big deal, because that goes with you as well. And and it's also kind of interesting how you can go about each loop, because like when you come in, there's one particular guy who always greets you. Mm-hmm. And when you greet him, you can either tell him, I'm Alex, I'm busy, bye. And he'll leave you alone. Or you can be like, I'm Alex, I'm a time traveler, bye. You can be open about that. But like once you get to a certain point, as you get different items for different characters to help save them in some capacity, once you come in, you're just like, my name is Alex, can't talk. I have things that need to be done right now, but can you go do them? And he'll actually do them for you. So you don't have to go run around the map and do everything 100 fucking times. So it's just like, hey, this guy's going to go jump off that building and fucking kill himself. Here's the gold to get him out of his debt. Hey, this person's dying. Here's a potion. Go save her. Hey, this guy is harassing this person. Go show him the blackmail. Just all that stuff. So he'll go do it all for you. But then there's also times where you need to personally do it as well. Because like, let's say the guy that is doing the blackmail, for example, it's a 2-part where one, he's harassing someone in the village, like threatening them and stuff, because the person he's harassing is gay, and the guy that you're going to talk to is like a hard devout Christian. He's just like, oh, that's a sin. He also has like some other disease that just like really fucks with his joints and fucks with his mind and everything. So once you like heal him and kind of like, bring him down a little bit where he's not much of a dick, he'll owe you a favor, and that's only if you do it. And you can use that favor to help sway his opinion in an election that's going on as well for the leader of the village. So like, each time loop, you need to do everything kind of differently. So it's a very fascinating game.
All you've explained to me is Rome Noir.
In a way. With time travel.
Rome Noir.
With time travel.
Yeah.
No, it's a lot of fun. If you have Game Pass, I definitely recommend downloading it. John, you should try it out. It's a lot of fun. You can get hooked into it pretty quick. Like I said, I played literally 15 hours today. That is all I've done since I've been up. So it's been a lot of fun. What have you boys been up to?
You know, as I've been doing, collecting retro games.
Yeah, we need to talk about this.
I've reconnected my PlayStation 2 and GameCube, and I played a Monster Rancher game for the first time in forever.
Okay.
That's a thing.
Also, shout out to Zach for testing my random PS2 I didn't know I had, making sure it works.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'll bring it back tomorrow.
Okay, cool. All right, I got to ask, what did you put the down payment on?
The Misadventures of Tronbon.
What the fuck is that?
It's a Capcom game. It was actually...
Even John's just like, what?
It is actually part of the Mega Man universe. It's actually another series made in the Mega Man universe.
How much was it? For you to put a down payment on it.
He's got to think about it.
He had to
$560.
Oh my God, bro. What?
Well, don't say what like that's a normal purchase.
For me, it is. There's a reason why I say I have a bank and a gold vault.
I hate you so much. Also, to tie into that, I want everyone to know when I hit him up earlier and I was bitching about the power and I was bitching about the neighbor across the street being a lot smarter than everyone else and having a generator. Zach's just like, you want me to swing by Lowe's and just buy a generator? I'm like, bro, just fuck off. He's just like, well, I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm like, I hate you so much.
Yeah,
he screenshotted that and sent it to me as well.
I did, yeah.
Well, that's not what I actually meant by that comment. What I meant was you can go get a generator, but you took it as me going and getting it.
I did. The way that I read it is that, you were going to get it. Oh God, I hate you. And also that $560 for that, I don't know. That's a high price point. Is it like some collector's edition? Is it super rare? What?
Oh, rare.
Oh, okay. For that fucking price, god damn. You have an addiction. I'll continue to hammer this. You have an addiction. I am an addict of G Fuel. Okay, so I know I can spot another addict when I see one. You're an addict.
Yeah. See, the problem is Zach's addiction is cool.
Oh, wow. Come on, man. G Fuel is great.
No.
John's not condoning it, saying that it's good. He's just saying...
I'm not saying it's a good thing he's doing. I'm just saying it's better than what you're doing.
John, you can't say that.
He may have just spent $560 on an old retro game. You have $2,000 worth of G Fuel sitting on a shelf.
I drink it.
Yes, but if I ever truly get in a tight spot, in like a couple years, I can probably really sell that sucker for like $200 more if I ever desperately need to.
Yeah, and I could just keep drinking my G Fuel.
And be a broke-ass bitch.
There is no broke-ass bitch in this household, thank you.
Glad you didn't say in this call.
I was trying to spare you, man. Man, I don't think anyone can call me a broke-ass bitch when you walk into my office. Got an Xbox Series X there, got a Switch, got a PS5, got 4 monitors.
I mean,
got
you
like
can, because you walk in that room and go, damn, how much is your loan?
No loans. We got it. All right, let's actually jump into the show, unless you guys got anything else.
I mean, no, I'm good.
All right. Let's start off with rumors. What do we got going on over there?
Well, it looks like Half-Life Alyx might be coming to PSVR 2. And on that same note, it looks like PSVR 2 could start shipping in 2022.
I'm actually very curious about this. Because, I mean, the Quest 2, which came out just recently, has been doing very well for VR stuff. So I feel like we may be finally getting into that VR as a very reliable thing.
Yeah. I also want to add that I made a slight fuck up, and I meant to include spring 2022, which is also the more shocking aspect of that, is that the PSVR 2 could ship in spring, potentially. We'll see. But no, I feel like if Half-Life Alyx came to it, that'd be a good game to launch on with it. Because I mean, that game was One that's as held as this phenomenal game that a lot of people didn't get to play because it's on VR only.
Yep.
So I don't know, and we will kind of break down the stuff with the PSVR2 in a little bit, which did get its official announcement. So I mean, it's an interesting concept, with where we're going with VR, and like you said, becoming more accessible, which has kind of been the big thing.
And then we got Last of Us Remake nearly finished, as well as the Last of Us Factions multiplayer is releasing at the end of 2022.
Still mad that they're remaking this game.
I forgot that multiplayer was a thing.
Yeah, that too. Because we heard rumors that it could have been canceled.
Yeah.
But apparently it's not canceled. And apparently it's nearly finished. I forgot which insider put this out there. It was either Jeff Grubb or Tom Henderson, one of the two. So one of the reliable ones that we like to follow. But I'm still upset that they're remaking that game. But whatever. I mean, it's going to line up because they're trying to line it up with the show, I guess. Show's supposed to come out this year.
Yeah, there's a show.
Why are you mad that they're remaking the game? Maybe some people didn't play the game before.
I mean, it's getting on the level of GTA and Skyrim. It's going that route.
I mean,
It's flirting with it, yeah.
in the words of everyone at Bethesda, stop buying it then.
That's true. That's true.
We can't, John, because they haven't released Starfield yet.
That's also true.
Actually, I can because I still never bought Skyrim.
I wish I could relate to that sometimes.
I only bought it 3 times.
I might be at I think 6.
Oh my god.
I know. I'm not proud of it.
You no longer get to make fun of me for buying a bunch of game or the same game multiple times.
When have I made fun of you?
Borderlands 2.
All right, fair enough. Move on.
It looks like we got Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2. Could be revealed before E3. Possibly on May the 4th.
That would make the most sense. I think this one was from Jeff Grubb. Because Jeff Grubb's apparently bringing back a show like Grub Mess, I think is what it's called.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's bringing back his show sometime soon. And a couple things that he said was that was a possibility. He said that we should, there should be like a spring show for like Kingdom Hearts anniversary, Final Fantasy 16. But yeah, this was one of the ones that he threw out there. Is that Star Wars Fallen Jedi Order 2, whatever? Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2. Revealed before E3. It'd make the most sense on May 4th, especially with the state of E3.
Realizing I've not actually played Fallen Order.
Yeah, me too.
It's been one of those games that's been on my backlog.
It's one of those games that I think before I got like my PS5, I was trying to make it a mission of mine to go through and beat all the PS4 games that I had, like digitally or physically, that I just haven't beat. And that's what finally pushed me to beat the Avengers. And as well as a few other games, and that is now the only PS4 game that I have not beat yet.
Well, I would offer it up to you, John, but I only have it on for Xbox One, and I don't think you have one of those or want to dig it out.
It's unplugged under my TV.
Yeah.
Well, he can always get it on, I think, Game Pass. Isn't it on Game Pass via EA Play?
It might. Oh God.
We literally just had a discussion about how bad that is.
Yep. Yeah. That's annoying.
The EA Play stuff on Game Pass is a nightmare.
At least if you're on PC, it's no big deal on console.
On PC specifically.
Yes.
It's a process.
Yeah. We found that out the hard way with Mass Effect Legendary Edition, because that's the first EA Play game that I've tried to download on Game Pass. I haven't bothered to hit up anything else yet. And it was a fucking nightmare. But on console, all you have to do is click the button and it starts downloading. I'm like, oh, this is fucking wonderful. Fucking goddamn it. This EA Play bullshit.
Yeah, on PC, though, we get another launcher.
Yep.
Sony, where you at?
Just another one to add to the group.
And then, last thing I got here, Mario Kart 9 in active development and comes with a new twist. And could see it later this year, maybe?
Did you see that post I retweeted today?
No, because you never used Twitter, so I'm kind of shocked you retweeted something.
Well, because it was the rare chance where my Twitter posted something sort of funny to me, and it was someone making a picture of Mario Kart 9, and it had like Squidward in a hamburger bun, Nigel Thornberry, like different racers from like the Nickelodeon games.
That's
sure
funny.
you weren't just looking at Nicktoons Racing?
Yeah. Because it's someone that somebody cropped together. They may have used that, but
John, when are you going to get your Twitter?
What?
When are you going to get your Twitter?
when you make it.
Nobody used Twitter. You make it.
You're still Twitterless John in our bio.
Oh. I tried to make one.
You did?
I like how he said he
Sorry.
tried.
There's already an account on that email. I don't know. I couldn't recover it.
All right.
I'll make you one, John.
You make it and you use it. You run it.
I already
Delegating
run
that to you.
enough. I already run enough. I run like 4 accounts.
You're the one bitching about it, so.
All right. What do you guys think the new twist could be? Is it just going to be the same? You guys thinking the same thing that literally everyone else is thinking? Is that it's just going to be like a crossover game?
Double Dash.
Oh, God. I would love that. I really would. Double Dash was great. But with it being a new twist, the only thing I can think of is like it's just going to be a crossover game since Smash is dead.
New twist.
This guy might be onto something.
I'm so glad I'm not over there.
Wow. Don't be like that, dude. No, I think it's just going to be like a crossover game.
I mean, probably.
A lot of people were really on board with the Link stuff. I think Legend of Zelda. No, didn't they had, I think, Splatoon crossover as well.
Yeah, they had a Splatoon driver.
So a lot of people were cool or happy about that. So I could see the same thing happening where it's just like literally like one character, like a franchise, like not like fucking Fire Emblem where there's 9 different characters. Like, throw Fox in there, throw Captain Falcon in there, whatever else. Kirby, throw Kirby in there. I feel like that's probably what they'll do.
I mean, it makes sense to take one of your most popular games that they have and just include the things that include the crossover element from, like you mentioned, Smash, which is one of the driving selling points of the game.
Yep.
Well, they just renamed it as Super Kart Racing
Might as well.
with all the rainbow roads.
I don't know. I would hope they just do like kind of a repeat of 8 where it's just like it has like a fucking just an unbelievable like plethora of maps. Like give us all the rainbow roads again. That'd be dope. Because that's how 8 is. 8 has like every rainbow road. That's awesome.
8 has just about every map from pretty much every generation.
I'm about that.
Which, speaking of, I saw an original Super Mario Kart.
Really?
$30.
Oh, that's not bad. Good price. All right, what do we got for the news this week? The quick news.
So for news, we're going to start off with some Japan Switch sales.
Okay.
So Switch has sold 5.3 million, 5 times all other consoles combined in Japan.
Okay.
PS5 has sold 10 times more than Xbox Series X in Japan.
Not surprising.
PS4 sold 8,000 more than Xbox Series X.
Slap in the face.
And 3DS sold almost 30,000 units.
Why?
It's a 3DS, man. It's the East. They are mobile-centric.
I know.
Handhelds, phone games. There's a reason why gacha games is a nightmare.
That
Or
is
a
true.
blessing.
Or a blessing, he says.
I've only really gotten into one gacha game, so
I've gotten into a couple, but that's it.
we'll see how Talk Op goes.
Yeah, I am
haven't
excited
gotten
for
it
Talk
yet.
Up. Do what?
I haven't gotten into any gacha games.
Not yet. We'll get you into Talk Up where you can get your own waifu.
Get your
call me?
music-centric waifu
Yes.
of classical artists. They're
Yes.
based off of classical artist pieces.
Yep.
What are you on about?
Talk Op Destiny, man.
It's an anime.
All you did was re-say the name there.
It's an anime that just finished up with this fall season. It went on a 12-episode run. It's it's getting a mobile game soon. The anime doesn't have any source material. The source material is like, hey, we have an idea. Let's turn it into an anime and a mobile game. That is literally the source material.
that's what it was.
So the mobile game is supposed to be coming out sometime this year. Me and Zach are signed up for pre-register on
Supposedly.
what is it called? Tap Tap.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to download a completely different app store to even register for the game. It's not on like Google Play or anything.
Yeah, more or less, it's just a app store that allows you to access international and Western versions of phone games.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't really tap was an app. You almost had my attention.
God damn it. All right, what else do we have?
Yeah, he would have been down for that. So, Age of Calamity has passed 4 million units sold.
Ooh.
And will Nintendo and Toei continue Nintendo IP Warriors games? Yes.
Absolutely. It's a
100%.
moneymaker.
I mean, they're the reason why I had to wait fucking 3 years to get my Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires, fuckers.
I'm sorry.
I got Samurai Warriors 5, so I'm okay with that. But fuck you guys. Where was Empire sooner?
Hey, time to wait 3 more years.
Yep.
I mean, in 3 more years, it'll probably be something else, some weird bullshit.
I still am very curious what the next one will be. You know, if they'll just keep doing another Zelda or another Fire Emblem one, or if they'll do someone else completely. Which one of you pitched the Mario one? One of you pitched that. That was a really interesting idea.
That would had to have been him.
Okay.
I don't remember this, but it's very much sounds like a thing I would do.
Yeah, I think it was you pitched that one. That would be a cool one. I would also be cool with like a Star Fox one as well.
So,
How would that work?
I thought Pikmin.
Oh my god. How would that one work? John just asked about Star Fox, but how would Pikmin work?
Star Fox would be an easy one because in Star Fox Adventures there was ground levels.
And Assault.
Yeah.
Half the game was Assault, half the game was Vehicle.
Pikmin, you literally get to just, I mean, you don't have to change the gameplay all that much. You just make it 3D over the shoulder, and you're still just slinging around the little sprout things at creatures and just taking over spots to plant new Pikmin.
But who all would be playable characters? 'Cause that's one of the draws to Warriors games is like all the playable characters. I mean, you have Olimar and you have Louis. That's it.
I've never played a Pikmin game, so I don't know who the hell's in it. So.
Neither have I. I tried the first one, and that was it.
So you're thinking too in the Pikmin games, Alex. You gotta just start having guest characters in the Pikmin Warriors game.
I mean, Koei Tecmo did that.
All right, here comes Bowser, I guess.
Why not?
I mean, yeah, really.
Fuck it, right? But yes, 100%. They will continue to make Nintendo IP games. It's gonna be a big money maker for them,
Almost definitely.
which I'm all for. Let's do it. Let's get it.
I mean, considering Age of Calamity just sold 4 million, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Which is actually we reported on this originally. Age of Calamity is the highest selling Warriors game for Koei Tecmo, outselling their own actual games of Dynasty or
Which
Samurai.
isn't really surprising to me because those are very niche games.
It is. It's not surprising because one, they're niche games. Two, it's Zelda, and three, it's a prequel to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
So like all three of those things, like just the fact that it's a prequel to Breath of the Wild alone is enough to get it to sell units.
How was the Fairy Tale one again?
There's a Fairy Tale one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a Fairy Tale and a Black Clover one.
Well, the Fairy Tale game isn't like a Warriors game.
I'm pretty sure they made
John
Fairy
played
Tale
it.
ones.
John played the Fairy Tale game. I always forget the game's a thing.
I only know of one Fairy Tale game.
Okay, maybe it wasn't a Warriors one. Okay. I thought it was.
The
But
Black
maybe not.
Clover game is it's not like a Warriors game, but it is a interesting sort of approach for a game to say the least.
Yeah, Koei Tecmo put their hands on it, so
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
it might as well be a Warriors game.
Might as well. That game died very quickly.
Yes, it did. And Ghost of Tsushima passed 8 million units sold.
Shout out to that. But then the Days Gone director was salty.
Yeah.
He's doing anything he can to stay relevant.
Yeah, speaking of that, Days Gone director's comments on this. At the time, I felt Sony Days Gone had been out for a year and a half and sold 8 million copies. It's since gone on to sell more and then 1 million plus on Steam. Local studio management always made us feel like it was a big disappointment.
I mean, I can get him being salty. I'm not shitting on him, because I mean, the game did sell.
Yeah.
It sold, but it just like wasn't received super well because from what I was told from everyone that I know that played it is that it literally took like 20 hours for the game to get good. After the 20-hour mark, you would actually start to have fun, which that's obviously a problem. People are going to
That is a bit of a problem.
People are going to get turned off very quickly. But I don't know. I can understand him being salty, but like I feel like any chance this guy gets to throw something out there about how their game wasn't didn't do well and is not getting a sequel, he's throwing something out there. Because the news article about Ghost of Tsushima selling 8 million, like that's what he quote tweeted. He quote tweeted that.
Yeah.
He didn't even bother to say congrats Sucker Punch, and then follow up with his bitching. He just immediately went into the bitching. Which again, I can get it. I can get it. I mean, you get a game that sold well, and Sony flat out said, "No, you're not getting a sequel. Piss off." But I don't know.
Well, one got well received, the other one did not.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Like I said, everyone that I know that played it, it said it took like 20 hours for the game to get decent.
I played about 20 minutes of Ghost of Tsushima, and I was good.
Oh, that's sad. That game's great.
I mean, I was good to continue playing, is what I'm saying. I was.
Oh, my bad. I have considered trying Days Gone because it's on the PS Plus collection, so I can download it for free. I just still haven't got around to it because, again, all the reception I've got out of it, it kind of steers me away from the game. But yeah.
But you know what game we can't steer away? Sorry, John, you got something?
I was just gonna say, like Alex, I can kind of understand where this guy's coming from a bit, because how often do you see a game sell over 8 million units and just disappear? Basically,
That was weird. You and I took a drink at the same time. It was weird. But no, I agree with you. And also, if the show ends, if the show cuts out, I do apologize. It could be possible.
Oh, man.
But no, what John is saying is right. I mean, how often do you see a game do this well, where it's like 8 million plus sold and it's not going to get a sequel?
I mean, it's rough, but it is what it is.
I'm willing to bet money we're going to get interrupted mid-cast.
We'll see. Let's run through this. If we can get through quick news, we can come back.
Yeah.
But one game that hasn't gone to obscurity, Death Stranding Director's Cut, coming to PC in spring.
Still no interest in this game.
I mean,
still just pushing this, huh?
Yep.
I mean, it's Kojima. He can push it as much as he wants.
And that is true. I did see he's starting to work on his next project right now, though.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Yeah. You was tweeting about that.
Oh, well. Death Stranding Director's Cut's still out there. We'll see it for another 3 years.
Right.
Rainbow Six Extraction is apparently going to launch on Game Pass day one, per usual Xbox stuff. Ubisoft doing well together. Be interested in seeing that.
Yeah, I'll probably check it out since it's day one.
That's how a lot of people are saying now. It's like, oh, since it's going to be on Game Pass day one, I guess I'll actually play it. I guess I'll actually try it.
I still think it's going to burn out and die in a year.
I also saw when to double up on what you just said about Xbox and Ubisoft working together, is that Ubisoft Plus, their membership is coming to Xbox, not Game Pass. A lot of people had to clarify, including Ubisoft PR and Xbox PR had to clarify. It's not like EA Play and it's not being included to Game Pass. It's just coming to Xbox, where it's not just PC only.
Yeah.
So that's something that's coming.
Okay. That'd be nice for people.
Didn't even know they had a subscription.
I didn't either till I saw the news.
I did. It's not. I mean, it's okay.
Because when I first saw the news, I can get why Xbox and Ubisoft PR had to double up and saying it's not coming with Game Pass. Because when I saw it, I thought it was coming with Game Pass. I'm like, oh, well, that's cool. We can get Ubisoft Plus and EA Play with Game Pass now. That's dope. And then I saw the other comments where it's like they replied, it's like, by the way, it's standalone thing. It's not coming to Game Pass. I'm like, oh, that's disappointing.
I mean, if you're really into EA games, it's not a bad pass at all to have. I mean, the only reason I got it was to get digital versions of Mass Effect and Mass Effect 2 when I did my last playthrough of those before Andromeda.
Okay. But yeah, Rainbow Six Extraction, though, coming to Game Pass day one. That is interesting. And it's still going to, and Zach's still doubling down on that. It's going to be dead within a year.
I mean, that's just consequence for burnout unless they bring new content very quickly.
Fair enough.
Because that's my biggest thing with it is it might survive if they're bringing new interesting content like they've done with Siege, but if it stays fairly the same and just has a holiday theme,
Right. Okay.
And here's something fun that people are always on the fence about nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
So GameStop reportedly considering getting into NFTs, allowing customers to buy NFTs from GameStop directly. Other people who have already messed with NFTs, Square Enix embraces NFTs. Konami releases NFTs for Castlevania 35th, and NFTs in gaming. Thoughts in just general of buying these fictional digital pictures that have some sort of cost?
I'm personally I want to stress before we really jump into this is that none of us three are hard educated on NFTs, we have like basic understandings, but it's like, tied to cryptocurrency. It's just like a digital photo that you can purchase. It's like, each one that you buy is technically like a one of a kind because they'll be like numbered or whatever it's going to be. But I don't know. I don't see why this needs to be in gaming. I just don't. And I personally don't see any appeal to NFT. That's me personally. Because if it is, just as plain as simple as, it's just photos that you purchase. I mean, cool. I can open up every once in a while and look at it, but what is the collective value of it? I guess you can resell it, sure, but
I guess my big thing with NFTs, at least going into gaming, is ideally having a credit or identification code for like special limited time items or maybe even games themselves, I guess, for having a more consistent ownership, because like with a lot of digital stuff it's associated solely with that account, but I guess if you had that NFT, it would allow you to more freely move it without having to have a specific account possibly.
Fair point.
That's sort of my thoughts on it. Again, this is with having very little knowledge on what actual NFTs are and everything, so anything I could have just said may not be possible with NFT.
We are definitely not the experts on this topic, but it's still something to at least talk about. It will be interesting to see if GameStop does move forward that, because right now, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say that this report is probably true.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised
because let's be real, GameStop's going to do whatever they can to stay alive. They have been on the end of their life for a couple years now.
Yeah.
Granted, there was a recent surge in stock last year because of that meme, but they are still towards the end of their life. That we are seeing a lot less brick and mortar locations. And even with the brick and mortar locations, they've transitioned the stores more into like this
collectibles.
Yeah, collectible environment for people to come into and try to drive more money in that capacity. So it wouldn't shock me to have them bring in NFTs, and I'm going to go ahead and say they probably will, because they're doing whatever they can to, keep their company going and, try to generate revenue in any way possible.
You got any thoughts, John?
Like we've stated, not well educated on NFTs, but I don't really see their place in gaming, really. It almost just seems like half the world's gotten obsessed with NFTs, and now game developers are looking for a way to get in on it.
Yeah.
In a sense, because I could be wrong, but I think it was the Square Enix, somebody from Square Enix was saying when they announced they were embracing NFTs, they had said something along the lines of, we know that most people play games to have fun and don't really care for the NFTs, but we're doing it anyway.
Yes,
that's true. That's true. Because double up on that, I don't know the name of the publisher, but the publisher that does, I think it's Stalker 2.
Okay.
They were actually wanting to bring NFTs into like Stalker 2 sometime last year, but there was a lot of backlash about it, so they pulled out, and they're not doing it because, let's be real, that's a little bit more of a niche game. They need that game to succeed, right? That game is not on the same level as what Square could potentially put out. So in Square's case, they're like, what are you going to do? Just, not play like the next Final Fantasy? Okay.
Play the biggest MMO right now?
Yeah, it's like, are you just not going to do that, I guess?
I mean, a lot of people aren't, since they...
Yeah, true. So, but like in like this publisher's case for Stalker 2, they kind of just like, they have to listen to the feedback. It's like, if we go ahead and do this and everyone hates it, they're not going to buy the game, and we're kind of fucked. But meanwhile, Square's just like, we don't care if you don't like it. We're going to do it anyway. What are you going to do? Not play our stuff? Okay.
Yeah, Square can do that.
So I don't know. It's a shitty thing, in my opinion. I'm not a huge fan of it. But again, my knowledge on it's very limited. My opinion could change in the future. But as of right now, from what I know, I think it's just shitty, and I'm not a fan.
Yeah, that's kind of what it boils down to with me, in a sense, is reading some of these articles where it is like the people in charge at the company basically just saying, we're doing this regardless of what the players actually, or like the people that buy our games actually want. It's like that kind of rubs me the wrong way. Yeah. Where it's like they're not doing it for anything other than their potential profit.
Bingo. I agree. That's where it rubs me the wrong way is also.
I mean, I'm on the fence about it from everything I'm getting from it. Currently in gaming, I don't really see it harming or being a positive for gamers themselves. I mean, if you don't want to mess with NFT, you don't have to buy it as far as I'm aware. And
it just seems like an added nothing.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't add anything, at least to the average person. It's not going to add anything. So it's almost like, why have it?
Yeah.
In my opinion.
But unlike NFTs, something that I'm excited for is Twisted Metal confirmed to be in development by Sony.
Officially announced. We've seen rumors about this for a while.
Yeah, for a couple of weeks now. I'm super happy about a new Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal is a fun game series.
Finally deciding to pump that one back out.
Yep. Bunch of characters driving really weird vehicles. Demolition Derby, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's been in the rumor mill for a little while now. I remember it was about a couple months ago we first started to really get the rumors about this and like the next Sly Cooper, and I think a couple other things they were saying is going to be in development at Sony right now. But Twisted Metal was one of the bigger ones because if I remember correctly, they're also potentially doing like a TV show.
Yeah.
I think for Twisted Metal. So I mean, yeah. It finally got announced. I think this is what's the con called? Like the CES, I think is what it's called. It's just like a huge like electronic convention because this is actually where Microsoft revealed the Xbox, the original Xbox.
Okay.
Was at CES a long time ago with The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, with The Rock.
Thing.
Yeah. Other things that was announced, obviously. Did you guys see the 3090 Ti?
Nope.
Yeah, NVIDIA 3090 Ti was announced with those specs, as well as I think the 3050. John, you pay attention to that stuff a little bit more than me. Do you know what I'm talking about? Was it the 3050 that got revealed, or do you not see it?
Not a clue.
Okay. I think it was the 3050. They also revealed that. I think the starting price for it's like $250 for a 3050. Well, obviously that's not going to be the price with how scalping goes, but the shelf price is set to be at $250 for a 3050.
What shelves?
Yeah, true. Yeah, the 3090 Ti, though, apparently just overall performance is like 10% better than the 3090. So I was like, okay, I mean, that's cool.
Nice.
I don't need it. That's
Alrighty.
cool. It's cool with people that do.
Yeah, it's not about if you need it. It's about the fact that there's 10% more to be pumped out.
Exactly. Push it to the limits.
Well, something that we need to push the limits, considering where everything's going in it. The PSVR2 officially revealed to have 4K capabilities, OLED screens, HDR, eye tracking, TID degree point of view.
The 110.
No, I can't read apparently. Is that 110?
Yeah, it's 110.
That's 110.
I was going to let it slide.
Oh, well. Vibration and headset, which is going to feel really weird.
That's an odd one for me.
Foveated rendering. I can't say shit either. 3D audio. New Sense controllers and Horizon VR called the mountain from Gorilla Fire Sprite.
Yeah, for the degree thing, I was totally gonna let that slide because of how much I mispronounce stuff over at AniMan Plus, and like most of the time Zach doesn't call me out on it. Sometimes he does. So I was gonna let that slide as a thank you.
Well, the only reason I was calling him out is because the 110 degree FOV is nice because it basically just makes it's just making it that little bit, or gives you that little bit more, so it doesn't feel like you're kind of in a box.
Yeah, it feels a lot more natural and things like that.
Yeah. The vibration is kind of that's interesting.
The vibration's going to be something you got to get used to.
Yeah, like I don't think it's going to be like fucking shake your fucking head off,
No,
but it's
of
one of
course
those
not.
it's one of those things where it's just like, if it's raining, you can actually like really almost feel like you're in the environment because you can like feel the rain sort of thing. That's the way they kind of explained it.
I mean, it'll definitely. I don't think it's a bad thing. Not at all. It's just going to be an adjusting thing for anybody, for everybody.
True.
Imagining you're in some like VR war game and bombs going off.
Oh my God.
Imagine it's Earthbound and you're fighting inside what shouldn't be fought inside.
Imagine playing like Half-Life Alyx with that, or even like, let's say that Iron Man VR game. Like, imagine how that vibration's going to feel. Did this give you guys any interest in VR I know as of now, none of us really fuck with VR, but like, where are you guys at in your general interest on it as the tech continues to evolve?
I mean, with the Quest 2 coming out and everything I've been hearing about that, and now this PSVR 2, I mean, if I see one in the wild and I have extra cash just in hand, I'd probably pick it up.
Okay.
I mean, actual cash, not like a card. Because I mean, I can always get out a gold card, but
Yeah,
Fuck off.
As far as VR goes, my brother actually has one of the Vive headsets that he was basically given, and I've played with that a little bit. I mean, it's interesting. It takes a little getting used to, but even in like it's weird how fast you forget that you're just in a room and that you're not, even if it's not like some crazy detailed like game or something you're playing, it's weird how fast you get brought into it.
yeah. Which, speaking of which, someone that I know who has a Quest 2, for whatever reason, got the Five Nights at Freddy's series games on Quest 2.
Fuck that.
And we're starting to play that, and I was just like, why would you do that to yourself?
Sounds terrible. Fuck that.
They're like, yeah, sometimes I wake up the house because I just start screaming.
John, you want to play that together?
You can go fuck yourself. You can play it, and I'll listen to you from the other room.
Oh, come on.
It's just Resident Evil Village.
Oh, God.
Jimmy, why are you screaming?
When it comes to the Horizon game, obviously, I'm me being a big Horizon fan, that automatically like gains my attention. Where it's just like, okay, do I kind of want to maybe look into getting this year when it comes out? They're describing this game as like a AAA VR game, which we've talked about before, the three of us, and we've talked about that before. But like, I can't help but to feel, and it's even from the little teaser that we got for this game, is that I feel like it's going to be like an on the rails sort of game. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it's going to end up being.
I mean, it's hard to really call something a AAA VR game at this time because, I mean, there is a catalog of VR games, but I don't feel like it's expanded enough to really consider anything AAA at this time.
Well, the PSVR's big competitor has also got its tech coming out this year. The Nerve Gear's coming out with its launch title of Sword Art Online. So that's going to be a AAA game that they're going to have to compete with. So we'll see how that goes. Surely there's going to be no problems with that at all.
Not a damn bit.
No, it's gonna go flawlessly. I'm looking to get a Nerf Gear with Sword Art Online. It sounds fun.
Sure, go for it, Alex.
What?
No one's questioning you, man. We're just saying, you want to do it, go for it.
You guys don't want to get a Nerf Gear with me?
Not a Nerf gear.
Fuck off. Once again, one of those future movies or shows that we have now reached the year that it takes place in. Yeah, that's why I was making the joke, is because that's when the show takes place, is in 2022.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yep, that's when it takes place. We've we've once again reached the year of a show or a movie that takes place in the future. It's that time again. Just like I think, isn't it Akira takes place in 2019? I could be wrong on that.
I don't remember.
I want to say it's 2019.
I watched Akira like once.
Yeah, I've only seen it like once or twice.
I haven't seen it.
It's fair. But no, PSVR 2. I mean, looks cool, but we'll see how it goes. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, it'll be definitely interesting to see what people's reactions are once it actually gets released out there.
Yeah. All right, well, I guess we can hop over to the last couple things here. So the first one, I'm sure everyone has seen by now the news that E3 is going to be digital only event, just like it was last year, and then the year before it was flat out canceled. Is E3 dead, boys?
Yes.
Is this the final nail in the coffin?
Might as well be.
I mean, E3's had it rough. It had its time in the spotlight, but with just everyone doing their own thing nowadays, E3 would probably be better off going back to what it was originally was, and just corporate meetings and whatnot, rather than a spectacle, an audience. In my personal opinion.
Yeah, when they do the big presentations and that, I mean, a lot of times they're like a lot of time gets taken up by them trying to put on a show. It's like, I don't need that. Let's just go digital with it. Hell, do a pre-recorded show like a Nintendo Direct or something.
Or Devolver Digital.
It's like, put it on there, show me the information, and let it run.
I will say it is depressing if this is the end of E3. I will say that because I personally enjoyed the shows, and it's also a depressing thing about because the last in-person event they had, 2019 was a banger.
2019 was
that was one of their best shows.
But I mean, it's had rough years. I mean, I think they better off doing digital because they have a much better chance of pulling it off and stuff like that. But I mean, it's also that price point of what, like Epic Games. Half of their show was just them trying to promote the movie of Borderlands.
Yeah, that sucked. That was boring.
And then Devolver Digital does Devolver Digital stuff, and I had no idea what was happening.
If even them going to a digital event, I'll be very curious to see how many companies actually decide to show up. I imagine Nintendo will. Nintendo usually plays pretty nice with E3, and I feel like Xbox would too, but there's no way Sony will be there.
Yeah, I feel like some of the bigger ones will be there, and probably one of the more standard secondary studios, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a shame. It is a shame. E3 was always such a magical time of year.
Yeah,
and it was a magical time of year. It was always a fun event to watch. It was like a 3 to 4 day event. It was super cool to check out all the different presentations throughout the day. But yeah, I feel like this could be the final nail in the coffin. And from some other people around the industry, like insiders and stuff, I know Jason Schreier doubled down on this as well. Is that from what they're hearing, E3 is pretty much really on its last limbs. Like this is pretty much it. So I will be curious to see how many studios actually decide to show up to E3. I also thought it was kind of cheeky that day after this news was breaking, Jeff Keighley put out a simple photo saying Summer Game Fest will return. I'm just like, this cheeky motherfucker.
I mean, it's things like that because, I mean, with networking and just all the platforms now, it's very easy for people like Jeff Keighley to set up their own thing and to show off things like that where other groups don't have to put as much effort into it and just leave it up to Jeff Keighley, whoever's running that, and do their thing. Or if they really want to have a special moment, people can do their own thing. Sony has their random time stints where they just do a live show. Nintendo does its thing. So, I mean, it's very easily for all the developers just do their own thing nowadays.
It is.
Oh, it also kind of said something when E3 for like last year, and then it was, canceled the year before, but it says something when something like a Summer Games Fest or any of these shows hosted by Jeff Keighley are just like they're the better shows to watch in general. He tends to get at least for the past year or two, he's getting the big announcements.
Let's not forget, he got the fucking Series X reveal.
Yeah, he gets the big reveals. He gets the big ones first. And then by the time it gets to the show, it's like their big, like usually the big keynote of the main like Microsoft show or Sony show. We've already got it.
Yeah.
It's like we've already seen it. It's a slightly extended trailer and maybe a little more discussion about something we saw like a couple days before.
And then maybe we get a bit more hardware specs and software.
Yeah. Like last year's Summer Game Fest, we had a pretty decent slew of announcements, and then of course he even got the Elden Ring trailer with an actual release date. Which, while none of us really give a shit about that, obviously a large amount of people around the world do. So that was a pretty big deal. The year before, I got a lot of Dragon Age 4 stuff. Got the Mass Effect reveal.
You get all the BioWare crap and all the game series that have been dead.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think that the year before that is when he actually got the Series X reveal. Yeah. He actually got a console reveal at his Game Awards show. So, I mean, Jeff has those connections, bro.
Remember when they revealed a car at E3?
No. When was that?
I'm pretty sure that was either 2018 or 2019 with one of the Gran Turismos. They also revealed a new vehicle for the first time to the world.
I don't remember that one. I'm going to have to look up at that. But no, John, what you're saying is 100% right. I mean, with his shows, man, he gets a lot of the main stuff that we want to see. I would say really the only things that he doesn't get is Sony and Nintendo stuff because they do their own things. Like Nintendo has their Direct, which they've pretty much been doing it consistently with E3, and I'd probably expect them to do so. PlayStation's just doing their own thing completely, but like a lot of like third-party publishers, Xbox stuff. I mean, he's got a lot of announcements, and Summer Game Fest takes place before E3 anyway.
Yeah.
So it kind of hits everything that we need to hit, and it comes E3, and I mean, like I'm trying to remember like what was any like big announcements at E3 last year. I mean, the biggest one for me personally, that because I was really excited for it and I enjoyed the game, was Guardians of the Galaxy. But I mean, we got the Avatar game, big question marks on that one.
Yeah.
I think wasn't it at E3 when we got like the Indiana Jones reveal that's coming from Bethesda? I think that was there. I
forgot about that.
Yeah, I think that's been radio silent. I forgot. I keep forgetting that's a thing.
What's like at E3, it tends to be a lot of like their more. I mean, they keep some announcements for there, but the big thing from like a Microsoft or something like that is they tend to show off more of their small development team shows, like games during their conferences. Is what it's kind of become.
Right.
Where theirs is more for showing off, hey, this is everything we have, but a lot of our big stuff, or it's like we'll give away some of the big announcements and then keep some stuff for ourselves.
True. It'll be interesting to see if this is the actual end of E3, if this is the last E3 that we'll have, or if we'll see if it bounces back in 2023 or not.
Yeah, I can see us still having another year or two after this year of digital shows, maybe one more physical show, but yeah, at least everything after the last couple of years, it's definitely on its death throes.
What's going to be the thing to watch over these next few months is to see again who will be there, and then we will know if it's actually dead. Like if Xbox pulls out of it, it's dead.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to definitely dead.
Like
at that point.
Even if Nintendo agrees to still do it, like that one of the three main publishers, even if that is the case, if Xbox pulls out, fucking E3's dead. It's done.
At that point, E3 would just be a Nintendo Direct.
Nintendo and then whatever third parties want to be there. Maybe like Square or Ubisoft.
Yeah.
But yeah, if Xbox pulls out, it's dead, flat out. Because Xbox takes up such a large chunk of the show. Because last year was like, what, an hour and a half?
Oh yeah, no, they had a very large time slot.
Normally, it's like an hour to an hour and a half for their time slot. So if they pull out, E3 is donezo, bro.
I mean, and a lot of other third parties would go with them because they're under Xbox now. Because like usually Bethesda has a spot, so
yeah,
Xbox pulled out, so would Bethesda. So
yeah, Bethesda would go with it. So it'll be interesting to see who will be confirmed for E3 and who's going to be confirmed for Summer Game Fest. The only one that I know won't be at either one is going to be PlayStation. Ooh. They're going to do their own thing. They're completely happy doing their own thing. So, any last thoughts on the E3 stuff, boys?
Not really. Going to be an interesting summertime to see how it goes.
Rest in peace to E3. Last thing here for the show. So I wanted to throw this out there because a few weeks ago, a month ago, whenever it was, we actually, the three of us, reacted to like the IGN best game ever bracket that was like fan voted where God of War came out on top, whatever, and that bracket was fucking whack with how they had the entire layout. Well, now IGN put out their top 100 games of all time. The last time they did this was 2019. So this is an update. Got some new games in there, potentially. I'll run through some of the list. Borderlands 2 literally kicks off the list at 100. I'm not a Borderlands fan. You guys are. I feel like that's a little bit of a slap in the face.
Well, the funny thing is I looked at their previous list, and it's gone down in the rankings.
Which is, again, a slap in the face.
Since their last list that they did.
At 99, we have Divinity Original Sin 2, which I know John's a massive fan of there.
That's personally, I think that game should be higher.
I'm not going to run through this whole list. I'm just going to kind of shout out some notable games here, like Final Fantasy 7 at 98. Let's see. Burnout 3 Takedown made the list. I thought that was kind of interesting. I'm not a Burnout guy.
That's probably one of the best Burnout games that was out there. I mean, you could debate Paradise because I know a lot of people like Paradise, but for top 100 games forever?
Yeah. It's kind of interesting to me.
It is.
Fallout 2 at 94. League of Legends 93. All right. Got a Mega Man at 92. Animal Crossing, New Horizons, naturally that makes the list at 91. SimCity 2000, like John said before the show, SimCity 2000 coming in hot at 89. Whatever Inside is. What is Inside?
Inside was a 2D platformer puzzle game that came out, what was it? I think 2017, 2018, which you're just some faceless kid who's going through this, I forget what it is, but more or less you go through levels and everything, and it's just a really weird game. It was very well received, though.
Okay. I will say I am glad to see Titanfall 2 made the list at 87, just because Titanfall 2, in my opinion, was so horribly buried by everything else that came out around it at the same time. Like the other, like whatever Call of Duty came out at the time, I think there was a Battlefield that came out at the
Probably.
time. Like it just got so buried behind every other FPS, even though Titanfall 2 is really, really fun. Let's see, keep going. Hey, Persona 5 Royal at 81. So at least that made the top 100. Shout out to that. Fortnite at 79, unfortunately. Hey, Fable 2 at 78, though. Shout out to that. Fable 2 is a great fucking game. Love that. Smash Ultimate, it made the list naturally at 76. Dota 2 at 73. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at 72. OG Donkey Kong 71. Okay. Splinter Cell Chaos Theory makes it. That's cool. Naturally, San Andreas makes it. Hey, Control made the list.
I mean, Control is a very well-received game. I mean, the big thing with this list is I personally don't think it's a awful list or even a terrible list, honestly. I think it's a pretty actually all right list. It's just, to me, it feels like a lot of these games are mostly focused on either nostalgia. They had some big splash in the industry at one point in time, which is fair for some of the games. For best of all time, they should have some sort of historical feature. But I feel like a lot of these games, at least, are just newer and very popular games versus, like, Mega Man. Mega Man I see on there because that is a game that started an entire franchise and really changed up platformers and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And then,
I don't think I would call this a greatest games of all times list. Kind of like what you're saying. This is more of a 100 most popular games of all time, is what it's looking like.
Yeah. And which, it's IGN's list, so it's their choice. It's not like a fan vote or anything, so this is IGN's list. And props to IGN. We're mediocre about y'all's list.
That is that's true. I feel like our 50 video games you absolutely need to play is better than this list.
I just want to
That's
point
debatable.
one thing out.
Come on, give us some props.
Yeah,
That was a good
That's
list.
our list, but there's some that were debatable, which we debated about for a long time.
That was a good list. I mean, Cyberpunk made the list. That's Steam's most played game of 2021. Come on, man.
I just
Bye,
I just wanna
everybody.
point one
Oh, come
thing out
on.
this. I'll point one thing out real quick because I noticed this. Because on their 2019 list, Tetris was in the top 10.
What?
I mean, it's Tetris.
Tetris in their updated list is number 28.
Tetris got smashed.
It dropped a few paces.
They couldn't even give it a leeway with Tetris 99 that came out.
Sure.
And apparently they didn't agree with their fan vote because God of War has, I don't know if this.
It is the newer God of War
It is
on
the
there.
new one. It's at 25
On the new list?
on the new list.
Okay.
So they didn't necessarily agree with the fan vote there.
Clearly. I'm only at 51 right now because it's Left 4 Dead 2, so I was going to shout that out for you. Earthbound at 50. Good little shout out there. Earthbound says its community. WoW made the list naturally.
I mean, 3 Blizzard games made the list. I mean,
Yeah.
they're all...
StarCraft, actually 4 because the Overwatch's on there. There was WoW,
you're
StarCraft,
right.
Diablo 2 is what I just saw, and then WoW.
I mean, and to be fair, all of those very much had their strides and changed gaming at some point in time and for one reason or another.
Fallout New Vegas. So that's considered one of the best Fallout games. It's not made by Bethesda, obviously. Made by
But
Obsidian.
it is definitely considered one of the best Fallout
Yeah.
games by Fallout fans.
Pokemon Yellow, expect that to be on there. Metroid Prime, that's cool. Obviously, fucking Skyrim, no surprise there. Red Dead Redemption, the original. Let's see, Metal Gear Solid. Got Civ on here. Ocarina of Time, naturally. Minecraft, naturally. The original Halo, cool. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, Tetris at 28. I see that. Half-Life Alyx made the list. See the God of War now. The original Super Mario Bros. At 21. BioShock at 18. Pretty good there. Also, did you see the news involving the BioShock's creator's new game?
No.
Apparently, it is in full-blown development hell.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, because like whenever he left the studio for BioShock, what studio is that?
I can't tell you all the top of my head.
Whenever he left that and made his own studio and brought in some developers for it and everything, basically from what I gathered from a lot of different reports, the BioShock creator is just an absolutely terrible person to work for, and his management style has driven away a lot of developers.
It's unfortunate.
So his new game is in full-blown development hell, and it's a big TBD if we'll ever fucking see it, because he's apparently just a giant asshole and just really, really difficult to work for. So everyone has left this company. So we'll see if his new game ever sees the light of day. Last of Us at 17, Witcher at 16, Halo 2 at 15, cool. Castlevania at 14. Ooh, okay, interesting. Which you shout that out. Hades at 13. GTA 5, naturally. There's the Disco Elysium. We were talking about that before the show, I think.
It's a phenomenal narrative game. I'm okay with it to be on the list because that is a game that is solely narrative. Mm-hmm. And it's phenomenally done. Music, art.
Red Dead Redemption 2 at 8. Mario 64 at 7. Mass Effect 2 at 6. Super Metroid at 5, Link to the Past at 4, Super Mario World at 2. What was 3? 3 was Portal 2. Wow, okay, that's not what I expected to be in the top 10. I know Portal 2 is received very well as the original Portal. It was on the list as well. Both Portals made it, but I didn't know Portal 2 would be in the top 5. And then number 1, Breath of the Wild. It's a good game. It is considered one of the best games to ever come out. Still don't think it's the best Zelda. I'm gonna die on my hill about that, but
well, that's based on you.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I don't know. IGN puts out some very interesting lists. That's the nice way to put it.
I mean, IGN's their platform, and they put out their list, and that's theirs. And
it's gonna get the clicks.
People are gonna then say whether they agree or not with it. And I mean, I don't think you can put out a list and everyone be like, yeah.
I agree with that.
Everyone's got their favorite games and ranks things differently based on their experiences of whether they played it or not.
I still think our 50 games is better than that list. I'm gonna die on that hill.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Give us some credit. That was a good list.
That's debatable because I would now put Disco Elysium in that list, and I completely glossed over it back when we were doing that list.
Fair. You know, hey, we could do another 50.
Fuck off.
Could do another 50. You got episode 100 coming out.
I'm skipping.
Oh, come on, man. Don't be like that. John, I know you're ready for another 50, right? John? Don't do this to me, John. Come on.
I'm not here anymore.
Damn it! Zach even put me by myself on the screen. I'm all alone. Bastards. No, we are definitely not doing that. Another 50. We're definitely not doing that. We're definitely not doing 100. Fuck that.
Yeah, no.
Fuck that. I would be open potentially doing another 50 for like episode 100, but Zach did pitch a really good idea before the show that we might do instead. I actually really like that idea. That's probably what we'll do.
I mean, I'll be down for that one.
Yeah, that one sounds like a lot of fun. I would be totally down for that. But no, IGN's list is interesting, to say the least. Very interesting. But
in other news,
cat.
That's just a black blob.
Cat.
It's Pixel. Shout out to Pixel. Guest starring on Gamestead episode 71. But I mean, that was pretty much what we had for the show. Kind of wrapping things up now. Boys, any last thoughts on anything that we talked about here today? The PSVR2 stuff, NFTs, IGN list, E3, anything?
I mean, my biggest thing is still I'm looking forward to where VR is going because I'm very curious to see where VR goes and if it ends up becoming a standard console along with our regular consoles and PCs.
I agree 100% because, I mean, let's be real. As time continues to go forward and the tech continues to evolve, all three of us are going to get into VR. I mean, it's something that's coming. It's just a matter of when. And I don't know. This could be the year. This could be the year for me. I may finally, maybe pick up the PSVR 2 because, again, I'm a simp. They put Horizon on there as one of the headliners. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm going to try to buy you now. Because I would like to see what that game is about. Unless it's going to be like hard stuck on the rails like I think it might be.
Yeah.
That would be my only potential turn off. But at the same time, I understand VR is not, you know, it's not like this humongous open world thing. We're not there yet. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it completely. So this could be the year that I finally try some VR. And I will also say another thing that I saw with the PSVR2 that I think is, you know, I don't know. I don't remember how the PSVR is set up, but from what I understand, it is very, very different in terms of connection. Because apparently with the PSVR2, it's like literally like one cable now, when apparently the PSVR is just like multiple things that have to get plugged up in your PS4.
Oh, God.
So apparently they've streamlined that. Obviously, it's still not just a completely wireless experience to my understanding, but apparently it's only one cord that's going to run to your PS5 now.
That'll be nice.
So, you know, like I said, it continues to evolve. I think it is something that's we're going to have to look into at some point, and I don't know. I might bite the bullet on that. I might, yeah. Although, hold on. I say I might bite the bullet. I did see a report about the PSVR 2 that this thing could, like, at bare minimum be $500. This thing could be like $600, $700 plus dollars from what I saw. So if that's the case, I don't know about that one, bud. I may just do like the Oculus or something, because that's cheaper than that. But that's pushing it. I don't know about that one. But I mean, I get it. I get it. But
just sell your Series X.
I'm good. I'm gonna hold on to it. I'll use it. I'll use it for new games eventually. I promise.
Unlikely.
Shut up. I will. It's just a matter of when.
Buy Sonic colors on there.
I don't know if I want to get Caesar Fest, but I do want Unleashed. Unleashed is a good game, but it's just always kind of a tough game, you know, to keep and stay stable. But apparently it can be stable now thanks to the Series X backwards compatibility.
All right.
So that's why I do want that game. I was looking at the backwards compatibility list just to see because I was thinking about hitting up a game exchange soon, picking up some old games and shit. And I did specifically look for Sonic 06, and it's not on there. I'm like, damn it! I was like, I want to play Sonic 06 again. We'll play that dumpster fire of a somewhat fun adventure again.
For a game you really liked, I don't know why you didn't keep a copy.
I don't know either. You know, and the better thing is I don't know what happened to my copies. I mean, it's not like I fucking sold it. You can't get anything for it. So what happened? I had this game like 3 different times. Where did my copies go? It's the same thing as the mystery of my PSP. Where did my PSP go? No clue. They just disappear.
I just blame Jack.
Where did half of my Super Nintendo games go? Like, I had a full fucking collection. Like, a pretty solid collection, too. I have like 3 games now. Where'd the fuck they all go? I have no idea. They're just gone. It really makes me mad.
This would be the moment that would be great if I just reached over and I had that would be the long gone.
And you know what's funny about the PSP though? Like everyone that I know that had a PSP, all their PSPs disappeared. So I find it weird.
You think there was just a Sony Ninja?
I pitched that.
There's a Sony Ninja, and just after like a couple years, just like, oh, I must collect PSPs.
Yeah, it's like Sony really wants to move past this thing, so they sent out ninjas to steal everyone's PSPs. Because like I was talking about this with a friend here recently, and you know when I was talking about like me and my buddies, you know, we're just like we all had like PSPs, but none of us knows what happened to it. And then she's just like, you know, where's my PSP? And she started looking for it, and she couldn't find it. She's like, damn, where'd my PSP go? And she's like big into handheld things. That's she prefers 3DS. She only plays Switch and handheld. Like, that's how she prefers to play. So even she's just like, where the fuck did my PSP go? I love that thing.
That's funny.
Everyone's PSP is missing. If you have a PSP, please comment down below. I need to make sure we might be scratching the surface of what happened.
If you've now listened to this and realizing, I don't know what happened to my PSP, comment below and
please tell me.
And join the following.
Please tell me, because I feel like I'm not joking. Like between you two, her, and at least 3 other people that I personally know that had a PSP, everyone's PSP is gone. Like,
I never had a PSP.
Oh, I thought you did. My fault. My fault.
To be fair with me, though, any handheld device that I have, eventually it just goes away.
I don't have your 3DS, John.
My 3DS is gone. Alex claims I used to have a Switch, the
Wii
U. It's like, I don't think I did.
You had a Wii U.
I had 2 PSPs disappear.
Didn't you have a PS Vita at one point?
No, I wanted to get a Vita, but never ended up pulling the trigger on that.
Oh, okay.
It's a shame about your 3DS being currently missing, because that was the Pokemon Y limited edition one.
Yeah,
that is rough.
Yep. I promise I gave it back to you. I mean, I'll look around the house, but
like I said, I'm pretty sure you gave it to me. I'm not disputing that.
I gave it to you before, like while you still lived here. I think it was like, I think it might have been right before you moved out.
Once it left your house, there's no telling.
It was gone.
Just like your Wii U, because you know when I brought up your Wii U to you, because I wanted to use your Pro controller because I was about to do a playthrough of Twilight Princess, I think is what it was. You tried to find it, and then you had the realization. It's just like, I think I lost the Wii U in the move over here.
No, the realization was I didn't have one.
Shut up. Yes, you did. You had a Wii U. Stop this. You just lost it at some point. Oh, man. The mystery of lost consoles, especially the PSP. This is an ongoing mystery that I feel like I need to solve. Anyway, any other thoughts on anything, boys? You ready to get out of here? Because I'm hungry.
I mean, I got nothing. What about you, John?
I got nothing right now.
All right, I'm going to hit the music. Music's hit.
In that case, well, if you got through this show, that it was what it was.
We didn't lose power.
Like, comment, subscribe, rate. Praise us for not losing power during this crapshoot of weather we're having.
True.
If you like what's going on, hit the subscribe. Everything helps. If you actually want to be notified whenever any of our videos go up, you can hit that bell. It'll let you know whenever any of us group decides to ramble on about whatever for an hour.
Yep.
And you can do that at youtube.com/sparky3.
Yeah, and yeah, like you said, if you made it through to this far, thanks for watching, and hopefully you'll come back and see whatever the hell we're going to talk about next week.
We'll see. We'll see.
It's always a gamble right now
It is.
when there's not a whole lot of stuff at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, it's a gamble, and it's just like, you know, are we doing anything different, or are we doing the same stuff? You know, what we want to make something up? What do we want to do? But if you did make it all the way to the end, you're an absolute legend. We appreciate you for that 100%. Do everything that Zach said and more. And then, you know, next week we'll, like the boys said, we'll see what we want to talk about. We'll see what's going to be coming out, because I sure as shit don't know. We may get some stuff, because all the major studios, all the developers, they're going back to work as of like I think the 3rd or the 4th. Everyone's back to work. So we may start getting some stuff. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But all right, until next time, guys, have a good one. See ya.
Bye.